What's up, Wildcats? I'm Mary.
And I'm Juan.
And welcome back to the Paw Cast.
Last episode, we addressed the trials and tribulations of online schooling because of Corona.
And today, we're back talking about how the Phase 3 reopening of Florida has affected our community. Juan, what would you say you've noticed changed the most dramatically as Ocala is on its first steps to returning to normal?
Mostly I've seen how in restaurants or fast food chains, they've started to open up more tables because it used to be to where you just couldn't go inside, you could only go through the drive-through. But now they seem to kind of be opening up the tables and mostly letting other people in and not just have to do takeout.
That's true, yeah. I've definitely noticed at my job, the response to COVID has drastically changed, as we've reopened. At first, we were sanitizing every 2 hours, mask mandates for both customers and our employees. And now we're still seeing some of those same attributes, but you're gradually seeing it lifted as there's a push from the state to go forward with reopening. So far, public response has been in favor of the reopening, as people are able to return to their favorite restaurants and nightclubs. But what do you think the possible consequences are of what some are calling a rushed reentry amid the ongoing pandemic?
Honestly, I could see the rushed reentry being a really bad thing because we might have another wave of Corona. But at the same time, the general feeling or the general emotion of people in Florida has either been very watch yourself, be careful, don't do a lot of things that you would normally do. And then there's just another group that is very, I'm gonna live my life how I've always lived it, which, is fair. Everyone has their own right. But when it just might have the possibility of affecting others that don't want to be affected, that's kind of where the issue is. What do you think?
Right. So, like you said, there is a great divide in people's response. Overwhelmingly in Florida, it seems most people are in favor of getting rid of the masks. And throughout the pandemic, we've seen even at its peak, people are still going out to restaurants and beaches and still enjoying their summer vacation when the virus was reaching high levels of mortality rate and infected. But we have seen in Florida especially a decline in the number of cases a day. At one point, we were seeing 17,000 infected in one day, and that's reduced to around 2 or 3,000, which is still a high number, but it's the cause behind our governor wanting to return to normal, basically. As far as the consequences go of that, I think Europe is starting to see their second wave right now. We haven't even finished our first. So the fact, personally, in my opinion, I do think it's a little bit rushed. I think that we would do better by continuing safety protocols, continuing social distancing and mask wearing correctly, not just face covering, quote unquote, that's required in stores, but genuinely using the precautions that the CDC has given us to prevent the spread of infection. But, especially in Florida, that's a bit of a feat. But make sure to follow us at FHS_WC on Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and watch our daily show every day on YouTube. Once again, I'm Mary.
And I'm Juan.
With the Paw Cast. See you next time.